to What's Right with the World with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hey everybody, welcome to What's Right with the World. So here we are, and we're going right to Benjamin for our stories.
How are you?
Wicked good.
Today is definitely a day that I'm upset that you're not in New England with me. By the time we're done with all of our recording today, I don't know how much snow is going to be outside on the ground, but too much is my answer.
I know how much there's going to be here. 0. Okay, so anyway, off to aside from Ben and I busting each other's chops, off to our stories.
All right, so our first story is from USA Today, and it's about a man who saved a stranger's life not once but twice through organ donation. It's about a man who he met someone, just a random organ donor situation, right? And his wife had gotten sick, and he was able to not help her, unfortunately, because of her illness. But he did want to become an organ donor, so he found out that he was a match for an anonymous person who needed an organ transplant. He became a donor. He eventually said, they can find out who I am. Found out who that person was. His wife, unfortunately, passed away. He became friends with this person whom he donated an organ to. And then later they needed another thing donated, unfortunately, years later this year. And he did that as well.
Jeez. Wow.
So
this guy's goodwill knows no bounds.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of those things that it's like, you're not going to hear about that every day. I mean, that's just one of those things that happens every once in a blue moon, just because people have good hearts,
Yeah, for sure. And we're probably going to have every April is National Donate Life Month. So we usually talk about some of that stuff in April, but it's always good. And if an organ donor, it doesn't really, especially when you're dead, like if there's no reason not to, almost. All right, our second one comes from the New York Times. Schools in England introduce a new subject, mindfulness.
That's crazy. I saw that briefly, but I didn't have time to look into it. So I don't know the details, but bringing a mindfulness class, that's wonderful. I mean, kids can learn meditation easier than adults. Usually if they're exposed to it, they just drop right into it and they enjoy it. So it's good. And I mean, like there's, how I interact with people obviously is based on my perspectives. So I get into conversations about these types of things often. And even with kids, because, I have a kid and his friends and sometimes I work with kids and it's funny because whenever they're really learning about life, usually at some point they go, nobody ever teaches you this stuff in school. They should teach you this in school, because they see the value in life where, they can't figure out, unless they're going into a specific field, how geometry is going to help them. They can't figure it out, But they're like, oh my God, this would enhance. Why don't they teach this stuff? I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Hopefully we'll see more and more of it. So,
and our final story today is about a Washington, D.C. restaurant that has decided to feed the poor and homeless every day. So they, the owner started a program where, you can come in and get a meal, and it's become really successful. And he wanted to open it up, not just for special occasions, but for every single day. And now and now like the people there kind of know them and they're like regulars, and they, like there's a rapport and stuff. So it's just, not only is it a nice thing, like a wonderful thing, but it's also great community building. And there's a whole story about it, and you can find that in the description of the episode.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's, and this is the type of stuff that, like, if you went to a restaurant owner and said, hey, why don't you feed the homeless every day? The quick answer would be, no, I can't. This is a business. I have to make money as well. But, somehow, which of course is true, I mean, not to take that away. I'm with them on that. It's a business. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting when somebody starts exploring options and, looking deeper into things, and just their mind expands, and they go, well, what if I did this once a week, or once a month, and then all of a sudden they can see, they find ways. This is what I always talk about when we're walking in the direction of a solution. Whatever we're looking for, we'll find. And this person was looking to help, and to help more than occasionally. And guess what? He found it. Wow. Shock.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I love this type of stuff, because it's thinking outside the box and finding ways to help people that if you just brought it up in conversation, the normal person would probably just bat it away, go, no, that's not possible. And yet it is. So that's cool.
Yeah. All right. What's right with your world this week, Glenn?
What's right with my world this week? A lot. Just, it's a lot of little things. A lot of little things are right. Just the day-to-day stuff. Like, I hit a great sale at Adidas where everything was 40% off, and I was like, nice. And my son's able to do some work this week, and I'm like, nice. And I was able to help out a friend, and it's like, cool. And then my parents had an extra set of golf clubs that my cousin brought over, and I got to go out to lunch with her and meet up and catch up. And we went to high school together. So, it was nice catching up with her after all these years. And so it's just all, it's just all this little stuff on like a daily basis that I'm grateful for.
That's awesome. You and I are having opposite weeks.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But
look at your level of acceptance, Ben. That's remarkable.
I don't know about that.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, man.
But yeah, for me, I would say that a friend of mine and I both got to have a day just to hang. Like, it was something we hadn't done in like 2 years. Just hang out, the two of us, all day, like, and do our normal stuff that we used to do, which was nothing really, but it would, to have nothing else going on that day. And that was really fun. That was the highlight of the week, and helpful for every other, not great thing that's happened this week.
Well, maybe that's why you're still able to smile, with all the difficult stuff going on, because you have that. And that's such an important thing. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to have downtime. We have to just not have 30 things to do for a day. We have to do that. And when we do, all of a sudden we find that we're more capable of managing the other things. Because normally it's like, all this is going on. Well, I have to make sure I get this done too. Well, I was going to have a down day. Well, not now because there's too much going on. No, just that's when you need it the most.
Yeah.
So So that I think that there's probably a correlation between those two.
I think so too. All right. Well, if you want to find the video of this podcast, which I swear, even though he mentioned it and is wearing it, that is not sponsored by Adidas.
No, not yet.
But if you want to see the video and the nice new shirt that Glenn has, check it out at patreon.com/GlennAmbrose, where you can get all sorts of extra stuff, blogs, vlogs, life coaching, all the podcasts, Q&As, everything like that. If you want to check him out for life coaching, check out GlennAmbrose.com. That's it.
And I'll do it. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Glenn is available for life coaching sessions. To book an appointment or for more information, go to glennambrose.com, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, or click the link in the description of this episode.